From the book, Life Lesson from Epoch. Chapter 4, Cultivate Life Knowledge Section 1. Weakness and Strengths. Work on your weakness and polish your strength just like a shield. Why I say to polish your strength like a shield: because people will attack or take advantage of your weaknesses, and your strength is probably the only thing that can protect you in times of trouble. Also, the chances are high of having an opportunity in your lifetime to use your strength to shield your weakness, which is why it's important to improve your strength as a sign of being prepared for that occurrence. You can often find that improving your weaknesses' capability can make better use of your strengths or support it as well. You need to know your weaknesses and strengths and then understand how to improve them, which may take some research and time. To keep it simple, you need to find time to know yourself and understand how to improve yourself. You also need to find and establish a location to cultivate yourself with all means of improving yourself after knowing your weakness and strengths. Cultivating oneself means the development of one's mind or capacities through one's own effort. To have good knowledge, wisdom, or results of improvement, it needs to be cultivated with time and effort, just as a harvest would grow. Unity is a strength when you relate it to cultivation, so you need to gather a couple of elements or routines to be implemented and put into effect as a system or operation for your improvement. Examine your practice methods, your set of exercises, or your training procedure, and try to see what you don't see to improve your development. First, you should try to look at your strength for what it is, and look at your strength as what you think it could be, then do the same for your weakness to ensure your time and effort not going to waste when cultivating. Also, don't make excuses for weakness, so work on it the best that you can, and theirs is no substitute for strength, so stay on top of it because the results won't come unless you do by being committed to your cultivation practices. To obtain good wisdom, you will suffer, and maintaining it is a hassle. When it comes down to your cultivation practices, you should make it your goal to improve it to knowledgeable wisdom that also can be acknowledged by others and also be shared with others. Also, a great cultivation practice was first cultivated through one's wisdom that lead the efforts of becoming great. Be careful when you speak, and show respect to others without saying too much when you are cultivating. I said that because you can make people hate you with jealousy and can stir up emotions to sabotage you and your efforts of cultivating yourself. That's how people are, that they will have hate for you when they think you are belittling them, but in reality, you are only working on yourself through cultivation. They will have hate for you and you wouldn't even know it. When doing your cultivation practices, you will find problems anywhere and everywhere, other than people, that can cause the development of stress as well as the feeling of giving up. You should know there's no glory in practice, but without practice there's no glory. What I mean is this: when you cultivate your practice, you can experience boredom, setbacks, interventions, and a load of trouble, but remember you are only doing this to better yourself. You may also feel the cultivation program that you create may not be working and haven't seen any results in your transformation goals. If you give it 3 to 6 months without seeing good or any results, then I would recommend different tactics. So by saying that, do your research and don't forget to study it. In the Wise Lesson Advice, Section 1, Strategize, in Chapter 3, I will remind you about my Define method to help with your weakness and strength to develop a strategy for the improvement of your cultivation efforts. Why is this important to do, you may say? Because if people acknowledge, respect, or see your strength as something of a great ability or worthy value of power, this will make people more fearful of going after your weakness or hesitant to come after you as a whole individual, because they may wish to pursue a foolish or wicked deed but have acknowledged your strength of something not be reckoned with. People will feel less motivated to test you because they will acknowledge you are in a position to harm them with the capability of your strength. Your strength will appear as a threat to their wicked or foolish schemes and can shame their evil deeds, but you shouldn't acknowledge or contribute to it because you may stir up trouble, but be aware of it. Foolishness is known to lead to more foolishness, and if you start bragging about a small achievement, you will belittle your reputation and become a target for future foolishness. You also need to be aware of your weakness and try to avoid using it, if you can, because it can undermine your strength in your reality. Your strength can influence others as a value of power that you can possess through cultivating that also can be seen as respect. Your weakness may be worth a penny or a low value to oneself, but if your weakness doesn't worth anything, it can damage you as a whole individual. For example, if you are not a good speaker, then you should minimize the talking or look foolish for talking too much, but at the very least try to work on it. Your weakness can make the odds go against you, and your strength is often the only thing that can help you to get even or back on the right track. You should not take revenge with your strength when experiencing unwanted interventions when cultivating, because karma can be around the corner. If you decide to take revenge, you are considering taking on a sacrifice, meaning you can lose a precise value just to gain what you believe was a higher value. Your strength is like freedom, which it can set you free from a problematic situation, and your weakness is like chain shackles on your feet, which can hold you back and set you back in a situation. Polish your strength just as a shield, like in a way it should be, and try to find the key to the shackle chain that's on your feet so you can improve your reality. When working on your strength and weakness, it will show that you respect yourself at the same time, are appropriate for the position you have been given. Also, you will be more prepared to handle a situation, and make you more ready to take on an opportunity when it appears from your position in your reality. You also must be aware that there are cruel, evil people that would be happy to see you down. They will knock you down or push you down for no good reason, but if they decide to pursue in their foolish or evil way just to push you or knock you down, make sure you try to fall on your back. Because it usually won't hurt much, which would make it easier to get back up when falling on your back. Cultivating isn't easy and probably will never be, but you should always remember to keep moving forward, because that's the reason why God gave you feet when experiencing a lot of problems that can come with cultivating. From the book, Life Lesson from Epoch by Meshach Ford, out now on Amazon.